Hello, welcome to the channel. In this episode, we take a rest day at Fiambala in the Catamarca region of Argentina before continuing our journey south to the town of San Hose de Jachal. After our unplanned overnight stopover at the Chilean border, we had a long sleep in our accommodation next to the vineyards at Fiambala. Later that day, we made our way into town to purchase our tickets to the wonderful hot springs thermal baths up in the nearby mountains. Entry tickets need to be purchased in town as there are no sales at the springs. It was a windy day as we rode across the desert landscape, and dust clouds were being swept into the sky in the valley below as we climbed beside the mountains. We soon made it to the checkpoint where our tickets were inspected. Then we continued on to the parking lot and left the bike under a tree. We first took a walk up to the top of the pool complex before our first dip in the 35-degree pool. We gradually made our way up into the hotter sections until the final pool at 45 degrees, in which we couldn't stay long. We had a great day. The pools are fantastic, and having a hot water neck massage was pure bliss after nearly 4,000 kilometres on the bike. We finished with a drink at the bar before flying the drone and heading back to our room in town. That night we met up with Wolfgang, a new friend from Germany, whom we met at the border for a meal at a local restaurant where coincidentally we met with the Swiss couple with whom we spoke as they made their way back to Copiapo after finding the border post closed. We spent a very enjoyable evening catching up on our travelling tales and getting to know each other. The next day, we woke to cloudy skies as we headed south out of town on Highway 60 and past the impressive statues of what I guess are Inca warriors. The cloud soon turned to blue skies and we stopped for a rest at a cafe on Highway 78, popular with moto explorers. Abandoned railway buildings were nearby, so Clarice took some photos. Heading south again, we passed through the town of Famatina before joining the famous Route 40 and stopping at the city of Chilecito for lunch in the town square. The route then turns west into the mountains at Miranda and climbs to a saddle at 2,040 metres. We stopped to fly the drone and capture some of the cactus trees that grow there. Climbed up a spectacular highway before descending down to some more spectacular rock formations, where we once again stopped to take photos and fly the drone. After this came a long and flat section that crossed many badines, or dry riverbeds, before we refueled at Guandakol and headed south again to the turn-off to Route 491 near the village of Huako. 491 was beautiful. We stopped at San Hose del Jachal, a big rock near the road and at the base of a fantastic rock formation, where we once again flew the drone. We climbed to the top of the mountain to a viewpoint where we stopped again to take photos of the spectacular landscape that spread out before us. Continuing on, we passed a tunnel carved out of the rocks before heading into a gorge with some very exposed drops down to the valley below. On this section of road, a huge tarantula was crossing the road, and much to Clarice's trepidation, I stopped to get a photo.
Quick, get off and film it, right? Quick, quick.
Oh my god! Okay.
Not long after, we crossed the Jachal River and entered San Hose de Jachal to find our hotel for the night. It had been a long, hot day, so we ordered a pizza and stayed in to get some rest before the next day's journey down to the beautiful city of Mendoza. Stay tuned.